Hey USF, I'm Caitlin Ryan and I'm your anchor for News35.
Comprehensive news coverage for the University of San Francisco. This is News 35, your campus news and information leader.
Many USF students spend their summers traveling, working, or volunteering. But Elle Robinson caught up with two students who decided to spend their summers abroad, volunteering, and doing a little soul searching.
Junior Patrick Sudlow spent his summer working for political justice in Venezuela.
I was in Venezuela, specifically in Barquisimeto, Venezuela, which is about 6 hours west of Caracas. And I was doing an internship with the School of America's Watch. And I was chosen as one of 6 interns from the United States to go down to Venezuela to be an intern. The School of Americas has been open since 1946. It is a school at Fort Benning, Georgia, and they have been training Latin American soldiers since 1946 in terror tactics. We've been cross-referencing a lot of things, especially coups that have happened in Latin America with the graduates of the SOA, and there have been many SOA graduates involved in all the coups. The internship, the goal was to divide all the countries of those who go to the SOA, and then we basically would team up with one country. So I actually had two, it was El Salvador and Paraguay, and we were to work with organizations within those countries to have those organizations ask their government to stop sending troops to the SOA. Quote-unquote famous killings by SOA grads, of them being, yes, the 6 Jesuit priests of El Salvador and their housekeeper and her daughter were killed by SOA grads. I believe it was 19 of the 28 people involved with it were SOA grads. Also the 4 American nuns of El Salvador. There were 5 people involved with it, 3 of them were SOA grads. One of the biggest things, the El Mozote massacre, where they massacred a whole town in El Salvador of 900 people. The SOA grads were involved in that as well. It changed me as a person because I now look at everything differently. When news comes out in the United States, I don't trust it 100%. I read a lot of the articles, while we were down in Venezuela, I read a lot of the articles that were coming out about the Honduras coup in the United States, just to see what was being fed to the United States, and just everything was so interesting that was coming through, and a lot of it such lies.
Patrick's internship has motivated him to be the USF chapter School of America's Watch Club president.
Questions about the School of the Americas or the School of the Americas Watch, you can easily contact me or just read up about it online. There's some people that do know about it, there's some people that don't. Reach out to those people that don't and tell them about it, because it's still a prevalent issue today.
Another student, sophomore Lauren Torres, spent her summer celebrating and learning about her faith in Germany.
I went to Germany, Dusseldorf, Germany, then Cologne, Germany, and then we went to London, England, and I went with my church youth group, and we went for a European Youth Day. So our whole church, our church is actually worldwide, and every year they have a youth day. So in Europe this year they had all the youth from all over Europe, and then 50 of the youth in United States went over there. So I was one of the 50 that was chosen to go over there. When we went to this day of youth, or youth day in Germany, there was 35,000 kids there from all over Europe, all sharing the same faith, which was really neat. We were there for a weekend. Our service on Sunday morning was actually in a soccer arena, and we filled up the whole arena, and it was like this just amazing experience because all of us, we're all there sharing the same faith, 35,000 of us, and when the head of our church was there, and he served and took care of the service, and it was amazing. After service we all started singing and doing the wave, and it was just a really good energy from all the young people. It was all my other summers I really didn't do anything that great, went to our little Vegas trip with my family or whatever, so it was really neat. I personally like to learn about different cultures and everything, so when I went, it was definitely a lot more of a learning experience than just kicking back, going to the beach every day.
After her trip, Torres now has a fresh and optimistic perspective for this semester.
I have the travel bug now, and I want to go and travel everywhere, and definitely looking into study abroad more. I do think that you just learn a lot about yourself, and you learn how to be more independent, and how to, you're pretty much forced in when you're, somewhere foreign where you're not going to know a lot of people. You're forced to figure out like who you really are. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. You're forced to figure out who you are and how to live with that, and how to live in a completely foreign area with that. So I definitely want to travel more, learn more about other cultures. And yeah, so this year I'm definitely just coming into it. Definitely learned a lot this summer. So this semester, bringing that back and remembering what I learned there, and also hopefully trying to expand on that.
This is Elle Robinson sharing summer stories for News 35.